long time coming, it's been a long, long time. It is really done, they can't figure out. They don't understand, so they hold me down and out. We ain't going out like that, we ain't going out like that. Watch me go and bounce right back. Down for the count, but the hound strike back. Eat it like that, I don't wanna hear it, but you hit me right back. They talking, they told me take the L and move on. Heard it from somebody who's been taking L's their whole life. I don't know what you want, passive when they play you. Expect the best from people like there's nothing they can do wrong. Seen this movie way too many times, I'll be the fool for you to choose.
My name's Dave Robinson, I'm a cyclist from Durham, northeast of the UK. Cycling's been in my life for as long as I can remember. Thinking back to the pit rounds as a kid, flying around on my bike, through to doing triathlons as a teenager, then moving on to road racing through my 20s and 30s. I opened a bike store in my hometown Durham, Infinity Cycles. Fair to say that cycling's in my DNA. Cycling is for me, as it is for many others, it's my escape. It gives me the headspace to rationalise my thoughts and the peace to gain perspective, the time to be creative and the opportunity to dream. It's also an outlet for my male ego-driven, mildly narcissistic, competitive nature. There are a few better vibes than lining up and pinning on a number with a bunch of other riders. For riders like me, wins are rare to come by, but when you do cross the line with your hands in the air, there are a few better feelings in this world. And I know what you're thinking. Cool story, Dave, but what are you doing on YouTube? So without going into too much detail, and to keep it as brief as possible, in 2022, my life as a newer changed forever. For the 14 years leading up to this point, I spent pretty much every hour of every day and all of my energy on my business, Infinity Cycles. I worked with friends who were like family, and I was hands-on day to day in an industry and a sport that I loved. This was my dream vocation. Early 2022, I was approached by a global bike brand Specialized, who were interested in buying the business. Although Infinity Cycles was my heartbeat. I poured my heart and soul into it for 14 long years. The time just felt right. We'd just come out of the wild ride that was the COVID bike boom. Demand was starting to slow, and I felt that there were some challenges up ahead. Challenges that an independent business would struggle to navigate, and worse still, survive. Whilst this opportunity was undoubtedly a chance for me to gain some reward for the 14 years solid graft I put in to grow the business, I also felt that by selling it to Specialized, I was putting it in a stronger position to continue to not just survive, but to thrive and grow into the future. So in April 2022, the acquisition was completed, and I moved on to a new phase of my life. Carried on working at the store until December that year, and when I left, I think it's fair to say that my emotions were all over the place. On one hand, I was filled with excitement at new possibilities and new horizons, but that was mixed with a little dose of nervousness because of the unknown, and also a touch of sadness because, I was leaving something behind that I loved so much. It's fair to say that 2023 has been somewhat of a blur. Started well enough, put my energy into improving my health and spending more time with family. The sort of stuff that you neglect when you're sort of heads down in the business. But after a spell, I started to get bored, and I felt like I was just sitting around waiting for opportunities to knock. So I went deep into a new business venture, which left me totally unfulfilled and ultimately just burnt me out. I was working longer hours than ever, too tired to do anything, and for those 4 months, It was just eat, sleep, work, drink beer, repeat, on a cycle, on a hamster wheel, every day. My mental health suffered, my physical health suffered, and yeah, just felt like I was totally spiraling out of control. During all this, I stopped doing the one thing that would have helped. The one thing that would have given me the headspace to gain perspective, time to evaluate and make better decisions for me. I stopped riding my bike. It took this dark time to make me realise how much I need to ride. I'd taken it for granted for too long, didn't fully understand what it gave me, or the implications of not making it a priority. In October this year, I looked at myself hard in the mirror. I looked like shit, and I felt like shit. I was drinking every night, my diet was terrible, I was moody, angry, all in, just not a very nice person to be around. I knew it, and I hated myself for it. Something had to give. So, in November this year, I took a step back from my business and decided to prioritise my health and my quality of living, and I got back on the bike. There's no getting away from it. At the start, it was as hard as fuck. I was nearly 90 kilos, I was getting dropped on every hill, but I've been here before, and I know the process. Day by day, ride by ride, it got better. Then, at the start of December, I decided to turbocharge my rehab and quit alcohol. And here we are, 4 weeks later, with a clear mind, talking to you with a new focus going into 2024.
We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. Watch me go and bounce right back. Down for the count, but the hound strike back. It get like that. I don't wanna hear it, but you hit me right back. They told me.
I feel I've restoked the fire. The morale and motivation is super high, and I'm ready to give the new year a proper go. See where it takes me. Although the path I ultimately take is uncertain, through this channel I want to document the journey for the next chapter of my life, taking you with me to ride in new places with some new faces, ticking off bucket list rides and climbs that I've never ridden before, as well as share my passion, knowledge and experience to the lifetime as a cyclist in the bike industry it's given me. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching and listening. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with your friends. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. My name's Dave, it's my new channel, Dave Rides Again. It's good to have you along for the ride. Let's go.
We ain't going out like that.